Dear students, welcome to the 17th lecture of 8051 timer/counter. So in the last lecture we have completed timer programming. Now in this lecture we will take up the next topic, that is counter programming. So before going to start with the counter programming, let us take some important statements with respect to this topic, that is counter programming. Then we will take up one or two examples with respect to it. So as you know the difference between the timer as well as counter, timer is the one which is used in order to insert the time delay inside the program. Counter is the one which is used in order to count the number of clock pulses coming outside the 8051. So in the first statement what I have written is, it is a pulse outside the 8051 that increments the TL and TH register. I will take up one diagram, then I will explain you, right? So in counter mode, the same T mod register is used, the TH register is used, the TL register is used. Okay. Next, the most important statement is, when C/T bar is equal to 1, the timer is used as a counter, right, and gets its pulses from outside the 8051. So this is the bit which is there inside T mod register, and we should make it is equal to 1 in order to act the timer as a counter. Okay. So when C/T bar is equal to 1, the counter counts up as pulses. As I said, the counter, when this value is equal to 1, the counter counts up as a pulses and are fed from pins 14 and 15. So these are the pins of 8051. From this pin the pulses are generated, okay, and these pins are called T0, that is timer 0 input and timer 1 input respectively. So timer 0 input and timer 1 input are external inputs, and the most important one is pin 14 of 8051 is associated with pin number 4 of port 3. Please note. And pin number 15 is associated with pin number 5 of port 3. So these pins are associated with port 3 in general, what I can say, right? From a timer 0 input or a timer 1 input, these two are both the external signals. From these signals there will be a clock pulses, and those are to be counted. Okay. For example, let us assume how the counter works. So here what I am assuming is, I am assuming timer 0 which is to be acted as a counter now, and the counter is to be worked in any of the one mode of operation. Here I am taking mode 1. Mode 1 is nothing but the 16-bit timer mode. Okay, how the diagram of counter takes place, right? So here this is an external signal. This is an external signal. So since we have we are using T0 here, so we need to take timer 0 external input. So timer 0 external input T0. So T0 is associated with pin 3.4, that is pin number 14. Here the same I have written, timer 0 external input P3.4. From this particular pin I am getting this clock pulse, right, directly, and that is to be fed to the AND gate here, right, AND gate here. And in order to start counting the external pulses, we should always make TR0 bit is equal to 1. Then only I can count the number of pulses which are coming from outside. So in order to count, I am using a counter here. This is acting as a counter now. This is acting as a counter, and we should start this counter only when the TR0 becomes equal to 1. So now the counter will count the number of input pulses, and it will start from 0000, 0001, 0010, like that. When it reaches to maximum value, that is FFFFH, and when it resets back to 0, at that instant the TF value becomes equal to 1. So this counter is used in order to count the number of external pulses, right? So while counting in between, if there is no signal across this particular line, then the counter will stop. The meaning is the TF value becomes equal to 1. So whatever the value which is available inside the counter, that will represent the total number of external pulses. Okay, like this the counter will work. So if I take the same diagram, and if I assume T1, if I assume T1 in mode 1, then what will be the change? Just we have to change the signal here. Instead of P3.4, we have to take P3.5. Okay, and we have to take C slash T bar is equal to 1 for both the cases, and here we need to take TR1, right? TR1 we have to take, and here we have to take TH1, TL1, TF1. Everything will remain same. Okay, so this is about a brief idea about counter, and in the next session we'll take up one or two examples with respect to the counter. Thank you.